Hello students, this is your chemistry teacher Rimpa ma'am. Today we are going to start a new chapter of class 8, metals and non-metals. So let us begin.
Metals and non-metals. Before starting this chapter, we need to know about elements. A substance which cannot be broken down into two or more simpler substances by chemical reaction is called an element. Now, in your picture, you can see this is a gold nugget. In the gold nuggets, it is made of pure elemental gold. This element is made of small atoms of gold. There is no other atom present. Atom is the smallest particle of matter, and these elements are made of smallest particle, that is with atom. Elements are further classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Some examples of metals are copper, lead, tin. All these metals are solid. Some examples of non-metals are carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, bromine, chlorine gas. Some examples of metalloids are boron, silicon and germanium. The metalloids are having both the properties of metals and non-metals. Now let us discuss about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Number 1 is malleability. In the picture you can see thin sheets of metals. If you hammer the metals, they will drawn into thin sheets. This property of metals are called malleability. Metals are thus malleable. On the other hand, in the picture you can see on hammering, non-metals will break down. In the picture, carbon is breaking down into small pieces and sulfur as well. This is called brittleness. Non-metals are very brittle. Most of the metals are ductile. Ductility is the properties of metal. Generally, metals are malleable and ductile. Ductile meaning metals can be drawn into thin wires. Non-metals are non-ductile. Another property of metal is conductivity. If we heat one end of a metal, we will feel hot on the other end. That you can see in the first picture. Thus, we can say metals are good conductor of heat. In the second picture, you can see electric wires are made of metals. This is because metals are also good conductor of electricity. But non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Although there is an exception. Carbon is an element which is non-metal. The form of carbon is diamond. Although this is non-metal, it is a good conductor of heat. Another form of carbon is graphite. Though it is a non-metal, it can conduct electricity. Luster is another property of metals. Metals are very shiny. This means metals are luster. Most of the metals are luster. The freshly cut surface of metals are very shiny. On the other hand, non-metals are non-luster. But there is an exception, iodine. Iodine has a shiny substance like the metals. Next is strength. If we compare the strength of metals and non-metals, metals having high tensile strength. But some exceptional cases are there. Sodium, potassium, they are also metal, but they are very soft. They have low tensile strength. On the other hand, non-metals are not strong. They have low tensile strength. Next is sonorous. Sonorous meaning ringing sound. Metals have the capability to form the ringing sound. Thus we can say metals are sonorous. Non-metals are non-sonorous. Non-metals do not make ringing sound when we strike them. Next is hardness. Metals are generally hard. Most of the metals cannot be cut easily, but Sodium and potassium are the metals which are very soft. They can be cut easily with a knife. Most of the solid non-metals are quite soft. But only one non-metal is diamond, which is very hard. In fact, we can say diamond is the hardest non-metal known.
So this is all about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. In our next class, we will discuss about the chemical properties. Thank you, students. I am ending the class here. Bye.